in deference because you teach me all the time, and I benefit from you very greatly as a tool in my trade. One thing we
Thanks,
both
Chris.
agree with, you have been getting a lot of teeth on the hiney that is different than your experience in the past, even if people didn't like your prediction. They have not responded to it the way they are now. Tell us.
Well, yeah, Chris, first of all, thanks so much for having me on. I know we haven't always seen eye to eye on everything, but I appreciate the invite nonetheless. But you're absolutely right. The response to this latest insurance wrap video has been eye-opening, to say the least. Listen, anytime that you're speaking the truth, you're going to have some people bristle and push back. I expect that, but it just doesn't change the facts. This new song, honestly, is less about a prediction of the future and honestly just more about facing the current reality rather than burying our heads in the sand. So there's just no denying the fact that the insurance industry as a whole is facing unprecedented challenges. Loss experience, underwriting performance over the past 5, 6, 7 years has just been really unprecedented. I mean, carriers are just having a tougher time than ever turning an underwriting profit. And it doesn't matter, talking about property insurance, both commercial, homeowners, renters insurance, personal auto, personal umbrella on the liability side. We're talking about many of the nation's largest insurance carriers experiencing the worst underwriting performance in their 100-plus year company histories, and that's just in the last few years. So what does that mean? Well, it means that there's unprecedented rate increases, right? Those carriers have got to build back their reserves, and that's what needs to happen. So we need well-capitalized insurers who are ready and able to fulfill their contractual obligations to their policyholders when disaster strikes. So these are some of the themes, that I've tried to address in this new music and video.
All right, so now help me understand something. Here's how I see it. Tell me what I have wrong. You are not some huge figure that changes my analysis of my grievance. You lose. What am I getting wrong?
Well, Chris, first I would say that this really isn't about any one person losing. An unhealthy and unsustainable insurance market means that literally everyone loses. So here's the rub, though. So in the same way that insurance carriers don't have an unlimited supply of capital to pay claims, consumers don't have an unlimited supply of money to pay these skyrocketing premiums, right? So, now we've got an increasing number of people who are going bare, right? They're foregoing homeowners insurance if they don't have a mortgage that requires it. That number nationwide is actually now over 13%. That's 1 out of every 8 homeowners that actually don't have insurance coverage for their home. If you look on the auto side, the number of uninsured drivers continues to climb as well. I was looking at some data the other day. Lots of states around the country have actually seen a 30+% increase in the number of uninsured drivers on the road. That's just in the past 2 years. Nationwide, 1 out of every 7 drivers on the road is uninsured. And this not only obviously puts those drivers at great risk of personal financial peril, but it also makes it very difficult for carriers to accurately price their coverage. And look, let me just say this. This is not just a case of consumers needing to be educated on the importance of insurance. Although insurance education and literacy is absolutely desperately needed, I talk about that all the time. But with the rates skyrocketing the way that they have been, a growing number of consumers are quite literally just being forced out of the insurance market. I mean, the most recent data from CNBC shows that over 50% of U.S. consumers are actually living paycheck to paycheck today. We could argue over, the reasons for that, but the reality is many people are having to choose between their homeowners and or auto insurance and literally putting food on the table. When that's the choice, obviously the immediate and essential need of food on the table is going to get the financial priority every single time. So agree or disagree, this is what I'm seeing, and these are the challenges and problems that ultimately we've got to solve.
Listen, you got no problem with me. Been a fan and a friend for a long time, and that's never going to change.
Thanks, Chris.